Soon they will and you are me. That's what I said, I am, you are me. Don't you see, I am, you are me. That's what I said, I am, you are me. Don't you see, I am, you are me. That's what I said, I am, you are me. Don't you see, I am, you are me. That's what I said, I am, you are me. Don't you see, I am, you are me. That's what I said, I am, you are me. Don't you see, I am,
That will lead me home. University Foundation is a nonprofit organization which stewards and invests private funds for the benefit of West Liberty University and her students. The foundation manages hundreds of scholarships for the benefit of West Liberty students, in addition to hundreds of funds which are dedicated to our various academic and athletic programs. Last spring, when Dr. Harald Wiesner passed away, his family got in touch with me and asked to start a scholarship in memory of Harald. And of course, we were very honored that they would choose to remember him this way, in a way that benefits West Liberty music students. Since the time the scholarship was established, many generous friends, former colleagues, and students of Harald have contributed to the scholarship fund. And thanks to a very significant gift from Harald's family, the scholarship has been permanently endowed, well over what we require for a permanent endowment. And so this means that the scholarship will be available forever in perpetuity to benefit West Liberty music degree students in the areas of music performance, music education, and music technology. I did not know Harald in his musical life, but a long time ago, in a career far, far away, I represented Harald in a small legal matter, and during that time, it was very clear that he was a very brilliant man, and I appreciated his wit and intelligence. Through the process of establishing the scholarship, I did have the real pleasure of getting to know Harald's widow, Sharon, and I've enjoyed being able to spend some time with her. Far better than I, the people who are about to hear in this video are going to tell you about some of their fond memories of Harald as a professor, colleague, and friend.
We are grateful to the friends and family of Dr. Harald Wiesner who have established the Dr. Harald Wiesner Memorial Scholarship Fund. This scholarship will provide support for West Liberty University music students. If you would like to make a contribution to the fund in memory of Harald, please visit the Foundation's website at wlufoundation.org.
So I spent all of my time either in the music department or in what is now known as Channel 14. He had a reputation for being tough, although I thought he was a teddy bear. And anyone who's in the music department knows that you have to jury every semester, and I made it my entire West Liberty career without having him on my jury except my very last one. Of course, I had a couple of pieces that I was to sing in German, and so of course I was absolutely terrified and to go into that room. And I was graduating, so I thought, oh man, he's not going to pass me, he's not going to graduate me, and it was extremely nerve-wracking. So I went in and sang my piece, and he looked at me and said, "I'd like to hear you sing when you aren't nervous." And I thought, well, that's not good. So a couple days later, outside in the hallway, I'm at my locker, he's in his office. And at the time, I had been playing in a rock band here locally in the Wheeling area. So I said, "Hey, Dr. Wiesner, my band's playing down at, such and such place. If you want to hear me sing when I'm not nervous." And, he showed up there. And it was unbelievable. And he came in and he stayed for most of the show and was really into it and just really complimentary. And he said, "There it is. I knew it. I knew it. I knew you could do it." He said, "So, singing Mozart isn't your thing. That's fine. You sound great when you're singing this stuff." He leaves behind a generations probably, of people that are out in the world sharing music and exploring music because of him, and it's quite a legacy, and I'm so proud to be part of that.
People in my era will recognize the name Melodia. He used to say, "Turn it to page 68 in your Melodia," which was our ear training book. And I go in for my ear training test, and I think, okay, I've got this. And he gave me my starting pitch, and I just bombed. I mean, I truly bombed. And in true Dr. Wiesner fashion, he looked at me from across the piano and he said, "I'll see you in class on Monday, Brian." And that was kind of a wake-up moment, like, okay, maybe it's time to pump the brakes and realize that Dr. Wiesner has this wealth of knowledge that I need to tap into. moments before class, a student had their back to the door, and he loudly declared, "This man is a grading Nazi." And Dr. Wiesner had been walking in, and he overheard this student say that. And without saying a word, he told us his life story. The world of music is not only what unites us, but it's not the only thing he could educate about. And he told us his life story. And he told us, being forced in the orphanages, to stand on the balcony and be forced to throw roses during parades of Hitler supporters. And in that moment, I remember the room filled with at least 40 students. It was a huge freshman class that year, was silent. And it was silent for a year after that. He really just had such an impact on us in that moment. And it was something I'll never forget.
I benefited so much from his knowledge and expertise and his teaching. And then later on, I benefited so much more, I think, from a continued professional relationship and a friendship with him. When I finished my undergrad degree, I went to grad school, and then a few years later relocated to Pittsburgh. And I was walking into a concert that I was conducting, and I turned a corner, and randomly there was Dr. Wiesner and Sharon. And we kind of made eye contact, and he ran to shake my hand and to say how much he was looking forward to the concert. And I had no idea he was even going to be there. We hadn't talked in years. And so that sort of kicked off about a decade of him coming to my concerts and just being so supportive and, in the way Dr. Wiesner is offering constructive criticism after those concerts. My favorite one was the very last concert he came to, which was last year. After the concert, he told me how great it was, and then he said, I think his exact words were, "Well, that composer really couldn't stick to a style, could he?" And I think the best way that I can honor that and honor him is to support this scholarship, and I hope others will join me in doing that.
He sort of had a reputation for being a strict professor, so I was a little bit afraid of that. His exams, you had to take notes, you had to study the notes, you had to read the book, you had to really get in depth with it. I remember I used to joke it was like passing a kidney stone to get through that first exam. One of the great things about Harald was that if he saw that you were putting the effort forth, he would meet you right where you were, and that's where he would really support you and do everything he could to help you succeed. I was lucky enough to have Harald in my life, not only as a professor, but for 22 years after as a friend and mentor. Really, he had that reputation for being strict, but once you got to know him, you realized he was just a big softy. He encouraged, he taught and supported me for decades, and I owe him a huge debt of gratitude, so I'm excited to see that this is becoming a thing. I remember him saying things, or people saying things about Harald like, he's a very strict professor. If you know you didn't do well on an ear training exam if he passes you a McDonald's application. Luckily, I was never past that application.
Jerry Lee and I both came in '02, and met Harald, and he was teaching theory and ear training at the time. And then later on, before he retired, he was given an assignment to teach Music History 1 and 2, which is something that he had never done, but he was so great at it, and he was so much a natural choice of a fit for teaching history, and he was very, very good at it. Maybe our best history teacher. I have a lot of memories that maybe shouldn't be shared. No, we had a really great time. He was so attentive, caring about the students, and he said many, many times that he would see such improvement in the students because we were all moving towards a shared unified goal, and he was so happy to be part of that, and so we worked together. And he was just the sweetest, most helpful person. And then I really kind of, after he retired, got to know a different side of Harald in his support I mean, he was just a massive, massive supporter, more than anybody else really, of coming back to the concerts. And, you know, even when you don't have to is when it really means a lot. And he and his wife Sharon have been amazing supporters of the department. Of me personally, he always came to everything I was doing. He always wanted to know when the students were doing something, or when I was doing an opera, or when I was singing a faculty recital, and he would always come, and he would always compliment my German, and I'm like, oh, thank God. So
it was a joy working with him. I was there within, I believe it was the day before he passed away, and I was with Edward Engel, his wife Sharon Wiesner, and there was somebody else who was there. I can't remember her name, but she's awesome, and she plays the flute for us whenever we did pieces. And I sang in German to him while he was laying in a coma, because I felt like having something before he went in his mother tongue might be something that might be a little bit beneficial to him. And I sang in German a song from a band that I love to listen to, sorry for the mic, a band called Rammstein, and their song called Zeit, which is a song about like time, please slow down, I don't want it to continue forward. And I just did a little section of that. And I found out the next day that he passed away, and I felt very grateful that I got to see him before he passed. And I sang with Emma Gregan at the funeral for the service. We sang Pie Jesu from Requiem by Andrew Lloyd Webber. And I distinctly remember during that service, after Emma and I finished, that there was loud thunder afterwards, like directly afterwards. And it made it seem like he was very happy to hear what we had done. I miss him. I miss Dr. Wiesner so much.
I met Dr. Wiesner in 1983 when I was a freshman at West Liberty, and I had him for music theory and ear training. And he was such a great mentor, a great teacher, and I also sang for him in his choirs, the Ohio Valley Choral and Advanced Memorial Presbyterian Church, where he became like a mentor to me, and we stayed together through my entire life until this point. And Dr. Wiesner not only is a wonderful teacher, a great mentor, but he is a lifelong and loyal friend.
The memory I'm going to share with you today to pay tribute to him and this endowment in his name isn't from those years at West Liberty. It's actually maybe 5 years later after graduation. Harald contacted me to come sing in his church choir at Christ United Methodist in Wheeling. And I had never been more excited. Yes, of course I will come sing for you. But my favorite memory was Christmas. Every year, Harald would ask me to sing O Holy Night, and a very specific version. We all know him. But every time I would sing that, he would cry or would be so happy because he loved it so much. He was so passionate about music, and it made me feel so incredible that he liked to hear me sing something, especially something, a piece of music like O Holy Night. So I still think about him every Christmas and every time I hear that song. And it is a memory I will cherish forever.
He was a professor who was not afraid to push you if he knew that you could do better, if he could get more out of you, and he had high expectations, but it allowed his students to really rise to the occasion. And I'm so grateful for his instruction and for helping me to become a better music teacher eventually. I really loved his ear training classes. I know a lot of people were stressed by them, and most people joke that after ear training was done, we were going to burn our Melodia books in a bonfire. I still have mine, but I absolutely loved having him, and I'm grateful for what I learned under his tutelage. Several years ago, I ran into him at a concert that I was part of in Pittsburgh, and that led to me joining his church choir. And so I had the time as a student with him, and over the past roughly 6 years, I've had the opportunity to be his chorus member. And I didn't realize what joy being a choir director brought him. And just to see his face light up, to hear how much he believed in the choir members and how he praised everyone and again, pushed us to do our best, but was just elated when things would go really well.
I can say without a doubt that if I hadn't had the great teachers I had at West Liberty, like Dr. Harald Wiesner, I wouldn't be where I am today. Dr. Wiesner was my theory and ear training teacher for all of my time at West Liberty. Theory and ear training were something I had never had individual courses in before I had gone to college. He was always very patient with me. He always helped me whenever I needed, and he always pushed me to try even farther and try things that I hadn't done before. In fact, one year when I was in school, a bunch of us wanted to take an extra theory course, so he planned it into the schedule and we all took a special topics class with him. He also was an influence on me, not only in the classroom, but outside of the classroom. He offered me opportunities as a vocalist that I hadn't, again, ever had before because I had come from a small community. So teachers like Dr. Harald Wiesner are the reason why I am who I am today and where I am today, and for that I am eternally grateful.
So I worked many years as a colleague with Harald. And I can tell you that I have nothing but fond memories of Harald. He was always very jovial, always happy to see me. And when I was department chair, he would always call me Chief as we passed each other in the hallways. He was always very helpful, when we were talking about students and talking about curriculum, and just a really, incredible colleague to have, always positive, and the students, of course, just adored him, even though, he was teaching the dreaded music theory and music history courses. So, but they really, really liked him and respected him. He was an amazing musician, and he'll be greatly missed. He really influenced a lot of people, myself included.
Thank you, Betsy, and all the people at the foundation who partner with us to increase the opportunities that we can offer to all the students here at West Liberty. After my first concert here at West Liberty, Harald Wiesner introduced himself to me and complimented me on my performance. We had a lovely conversation, and I had the pleasure of meeting his wife, Sharon, as well. I would not have the opportunity to talk with Harald again before his passing, but in countless conversations with faculty and alumni, I've heard about the positive impact Harald had on this community. And certainly, after that video tribute, we've all heard about the positive impact that Harald had. This past summer, I was cleaning out and organizing the choral library, and I came upon a fairly tattered copy of My Lips with Joy Are Singing, which Harald penned in 1973. And I say penned because in this digital age, it was in pen, handwritten, and then mimeographed, for those of you in the audience who are old enough to remember what mimeographing is. But it was still falling apart. He had written it for the Ohio Valley Choral. Once I did the math, I realized this would be the 50th anniversary of the writing of that piece. I knew that we needed to perform that work this semester to honor Harald's legacy. At this time, I would like to call Harald's widow, Sharon Wiesner, up to the stage. First, to save the piece for future choirs, I took the time to convert the handwritten manuscript to digital using the Finale music writing program. And I will also send you an electronic copy so that you have it. So please, thank you. Sharon, everyone here in the West Liberty Music Program is grateful for Harald's contributions to the field of music and the students at West Liberty. The choir specifically is grateful for the gift of his music, which we are about to present, as well as other pieces that you sent me earlier this semester. I can't wait to dollop them out as we go through the years. I just presented you with that, I'm all out of my notes. I would also like to present to you, on behalf of the entire music program, and a plaque. And I'll read, since you all can't, unless your vision's way better than mine, you probably can't read this. To Sharon Wiesner, in recognition of Dr. Harald Wiesner, 1938 to 2023, and his 43 years of dedicated service to the students at West Liberty University, Professor of Music Theory, 1968 to 2011. Presented November 19th, 2023, on behalf of the entire music program at West Liberty University. Originally, the combined West Liberty choir were going to perform this piece by themselves, but since it was originally penned for a community chorus, I taught it to the mass choir this afternoon. So it'll be sung by 82 voices. At this time,
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. McCall and all of the music department here for honoring Harald in this way. I'd like to thank Betsy Delk with the foundation and all her tireless work on getting the scholarship up and running. I'd like to thank Teresa Gretchen and everyone who participated in the video. I will cherish that my whole life. Harald endured so much adversity growing up, especially in his youth. He starved as a child, fleeing the Russians during World War II. At 14, he was a war orphan. At 18, he decided he wanted to come to the United States by himself, which he did with 50 cents in his pocket, a small suitcase, and a little feather bed. He was the most positive person I've ever met in my life. And that positivity and perseverance enabled him to obtain his undergraduate and graduate degrees and go on and get his doctorate at Northwestern University. And then he landed here, where he taught for 43 years, having between 26 and 32 credit hours with the music majors, which I don't think there's another major anywhere in any collegiate program that would have the same professor for so many classes. That's a lot of Dr. Wiesner. And you see the result on the video, right? His students loved him. And he was so passionate about teaching and about music. He also loved directing choirs. In fact, one of the first things he did when he came to this country was to start the first young people's chorus of Richmond, Virginia, within a month of being here. Who does that, right? I mean, just amazing. He also started the Ohio Valley Choral, as mentioned. That grew into a 100-person chorus, which he took all over the country and overseas to perform. He was the choir director at Advance for 38 years and collaborated with other choirs in-state and out-of-state, took them overseas to perform. He collaborated with the Wheeling Symphony. He then moved on to Christ United Methodist Church, where he continued to conduct the bell choir and the chancel choir until he passed earlier this year. He has such a big impact on so many students in this area, so many people of all sorts in this area, such a big impact. and has a devoted group of students who have followed him, and former choir members who have followed him to end up wherever he was, to be able to continue to sing under his direction. My family and I would like to thank everyone who has already contributed to this scholarship we've created in his name. We are so excited that it is now fully funded and endowed. It is our great hope that this scholarship will enable many students to further their music education and help them find a career which will allow them to reach their full potential. We are thrilled to know that Harald's legacy will live on forever here at West Liberty University. Thank you so much to everyone here at West Liberty for honoring him in this way this evening. It means so much to me and my family. Thank you.